Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 51 of the Gametime Gents podcast. It is me, Nardy, here with Fish. Wait, Fish, you look a little bit different.
Oh, way better beard.
Yes.
Yes, we are a better looking podcast today because we do have our friend Ben here. Zoltowski is also here as usual, so everybody say hi, Zoltowski. Hello, Zoltowski. All right, now that's out of the way. We have a show today we are very excited for. This is our
glad I'm missing a show in February.
Wait, you're what?
I'm going to be at Disney in February. You know this.
PTO has not been approved.
I don't care. I'm taking my kid and my wife and my mother-in-law because she retires on January 31st. We're going to Disney for a week, and we're going to be there
Super Bowl parade?
Monday. Yes, I'm going the Monday after the Super Bowl. I made sure to move the trip so we'd be there.
We got to go to Magic Kingdom. He's hoping to see the Lions there.
God, that'd be dope.
Very real chance. You know what? They got probably like best 3 or 4 odds in the NFC to make it into the Super Bowl.
As long as we can stay healthy.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, they damn near made it, and they're piecing together a defense with like 12 injuries or something. It was insane.
Their IR was nuts last year and went 15-2.
Yeah,
as long as
healthy squad is scary.
As long as Aiden makes it to at least week 9, I think you guys are shooting for the playoffs.
Look, he's got a steel rod in his leg, and he said he got hit. He said he got hit in practice, and he's like, "Oh, that felt kind of weird. Feels almost like indestructible." And I'm like, "Yes,
that's not a good way to go into things.
I can go faster. I can do more."
He's been very disruptive. Again, try not to get too excited because practice, preseason, all that fun stuff. But they had to do the Hutch rule. I talked about it last week. Where he was getting in there so quickly. And I mean, these guys know what he's like. They practice with him all the time. But they're like, yeah, he's breaking up the plays too soon, so we have to, even if he gets back there, just run the play through so we could get some offensive practice, please. So, good signs.
Oh, yeah.
No, but in realistic news, Fish is in Hawaii visiting other aquatic beings, so he will be back, I believe, next week. Is that right, Zoltowski?
Sunday, I think he comes back, so he should be back for next week's show, yeah.
Sunday he comes back, and then we
record
long
as
these Tuesdays.
He doesn't get too sunburnt. And remembers to wear sunscreen.
Oh, I hope he gets sunburned.
If he's, I mean, as a fellow gent, he needs it. I mean, he better be prepared. Like, come on now. You're too old for this.
We went to the zoo one day and he didn't wear sunscreen, and he was very, very red by the end of it.
Well, he only wears long sleeve shirts too, so.
It was like 90 degrees. He was wearing short sleeves. It was weird.
Really?
Yep.
Yeah, the couple pictures I've seen Andy post, he's been wearing short sleeve or long sleeves, so.
Hey, sun shirts, man. That's the great invention.
Look, the Mexicans wear them for a reason.
He can say that legally, folks. He is Mexican.
Legally, can say that. Yep.
No, he's very white passing, but he can say that.
Nope.
Just a little damage control for the podcast there.
For our 4 viewers.
We're going to be doing our Dudes We Like show. These are going to be guys that we like going into the 2025 season. Now, these obviously aren't going to be like your Bijan Robinsons or your Jamar Chases or anything like that. It's going to be more guys kind of hidden under the radar. So we have guys that we like that are going to be, early round picks. We have guys that we like that are going to be sleeper picks in redraft leagues. And then we have some dynasty flyers for you as well. So, but before we do that, we do have some news to get through. Brian Robinson Jr. has been traded to the San Francisco 49ers. I believe that they got a 6th round pick for next year. So that is an interesting place for the backfield of Washington to be in. I believe Ben's going to touch on this a little bit later with a young man named Bill. So
you know it.
So that's going to be that's going to be a very interesting turn of events to see how this season pans out for them. To every other AFC North fans' dismay, Trey Hendrickson did get paid. They came to an agreement yesterday or today, I believe.
Thank you.
It's about time.
Yeah, the agreement to me is a little ambiguous. They said he got a $14 million raise. I don't know if that's just this year or if that's like locked up for a little bit more long term.
No, I think it's just this year because the person I saw or heard on the radio, it was just a 1 year increase, and I think he'll be a free agent next year. I don't think Hendrickson got anything that he wanted. He was looking for extra years on the deal.
Yeah, which he's getting up there in age too. So I can see why the Bengals would protect themselves there, but at the same time, he's really your only defensive player at this point.
Yeah, 100%.
And you need pass rush when your number one corner is Cam Taylor-Britt. So it's good that they brought him back.
He's going to turn around this year.
Oh, yeah, is he? I'm sure it'll be great.
It'll be great. It'll be great.
In other news about the Bengals, this is very funny. You're
welcome for this.
The Ring of Honor ceremony coming up. Apparently, Mike Brown is not paying people to come in. He's not paying for their rooms, and he's not paying for their flights.
Those are expensive flights. Those rooms are obviously very expensive for a billionaire.
Now, yeah, I was going to say Mike Brown's a billionaire with a B. Is that correct?
Oh yeah.
And he can't book a Spirit
at least the team is valued that way.
He doesn't have a private jet?
Dude, how this man can't drop a couple thousand on these people coming in for 2 days of stay and flights is insane. Cheapest owner, I swear.
It's I saw the podcast. I think I sent you the podcast clip, which is where this comes from.
Yes.
But in the email that they sent out, they had a block of rooms. Now, any of you who are involved in a wedding know that means you got to call the hotel, and they've secured rooms that you still have to book and pay for. They're not paid for.
Oh, yeah, hey, we got a code for you. They'll get you about $50 to $100 off. Yeah, it's you're welcome, and we'll see you there.
Absolutely wild. He probably owns a hotel or two in Cincinnati. There's a ton down there, and
how he couldn't comp them rooms.
Yeah, they're not expensive. I think we've stayed downtown Cincinnati. We went to a Cyclones game, and we stayed the night there because it was a later game. And I think we paid maybe $75-$100 for a room in the Hilton down. It was real nice hotel. Now obviously nothing like, hey, I'm a football star like worthy, but still, if you just need a place to crash, it'll do the job. And it was clean, everything. It blows my mind that you're honoring these players, but you're gonna make them pay for their flights.
Right.
You're gonna make them pay for the hotel rooms. They're gonna have to pay for their food too, or they get a per diem.
Oh, guaranteed. No, they ain't getting no money.
Oh, by the way, they got to pay for the suite tickets too.
Well, that was my thought. Game. Like, why don't they? Like, I'm sure there's a way that they could have all stayed in the stadium. Like, it's a giant stadium with suites and stuff. Like, couldn't you just put a couple beds there? And I'm kidding, obviously, but
okay. I was like, dude, even if that was what they were doing, that would be so shitty.
Mike Brown probably floated around the idea of a really fun overnight for the alumni and the current players.
They can sleep on the trainers' beds.
Yeah, there we go.
It's a lock-in. You guys remember when we were kids at school? Well, good times.
All right.
Before the show, Ben just told me that they just now started breaking ground for their outdoor practice facility or indoor practice facility.
Yeah, buddy. So. Yeah, buddy. Hopefully, no longer a bubble, and real walls will be there.
Where's it going?
Ceiling. They bought more land near where that bubble is, like underneath those highways or whatever that's in that area. So I don't know, somewhere in there. I have no idea.
Yeah, I assume that would be very annoying with all that construction that's going on the Brent Spence Bridge. Like, they have to at least, I don't know. That would annoy me as a player, I think.
Look, that whole area, traffic-wise and everything, is just a mess down there. I hate driving through Cincinnati, but I really like going to Newport Aquarium. It's a lot of fun. We love going to Cyclones games down there too, because I'm a big hockey guy. But I mean, it's gonna just make it worse.
Almost had an NHL team. We got close.
That would have been.
It was like what top 3 cities or whatever. That would have been too nice.
Yeah, to do that though, I mean, one, Heritage Bank is don't get me wrong, it's a nice venue, but it's very very old.
But it's
super
old. It needs either demoed and new or like a complete remodel on the inside.
I don't even think you could put an NHL size arena in that, even if you demoed it, just because of how tight that is with all the parking right there.
Well, I don't even know how many that seats and what actual NHL arena seat, if it's even comparable.
I would say from
like 15 to 20.
Yeah, personal experience,
Okay.
it's probably, I would say, 3/4 of the capacity. It's close.
Okay.
It's definitely close. Because we go to the Jackets all the time. And it's, I mean, you can definitely tell, but it's the big thing is the concourse. Like, you've got all the memorabilia there, which obviously they wouldn't have being, a newer franchise. But then there's always that bar that's always at one of the pro stadiums that they have where you can watch the game and get absolutely hammered on $21 cocktails. All that fun stuff. But no, that would have been interesting to see since you get an NHL team. Especially if you would have had all three of those major leagues right there in the riverbank, that would have been kind of cool. I won't lie.
I almost died at a Cyclones game.
Why?
Jesus.
We were up in the suite for one of my buddy's birthdays, and I didn't see that the steps going down to like where you sit were cut off on the outsides. So I was carrying 2 beers because it was dollar beer night, obviously, as one does. And I missed the step and I slipped and I went over the plexiglass and I put my beer on top of the advertisement box that's below it. So I lost that beer, unfortunately, but I then saved myself somehow and I landed on both Amy, my wife, and the bleachers. And I had this horrendous bruise all across my my right ass cheek and my back for like weeks and weeks.
Hey, listen, I would love to see this happen again. Suites start at like $742. So let's get a couple people together and let's go in on a suite.
And I wasn't drunk either. It was the first 2 beers of the night.
100%.
Okay.
Obviously.
Like,
yeah.
Like I just
okay.
I slipped in. Yeah, it was almost bad. I would have been gone. This podcast wouldn't be happening with me.
Thanks.
But yeah, in other news, yeah, the Bengals are just continue to be, for ownership wise, the laughing stock of the league when it comes to just not paying players or making, the players' lives easier.
Smart financial moves on time.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fish isn't here, but I'd have to say, if you'd pay your 2 star receivers last year, you could have got them a lot cheaper.
It's the same thing with Jerry Jones, man.
Here we are.
Together, $10 to $15 million in savings per year, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But I know you didn't have this up there either, but Micah was seen. It's been seen all over NFL. He's just lounging out there on the sideline during the preseason games. He does not want to be there.
No, he's checked out.
Curious to see what
I hope he puts it to Jerry so bad. I hope he holds his guns and holds out and actually gets traded, or I don't know.
You can come to another team that's got blue and silver in their color scheme. Would be
or
very,
somebody that's
very
desperate
happy.
for a defensive player. Although we could definitely not afford him with everybody we have that we're paying. Not a chance.
No, definitely not. For some Browns news, Kenny Pickett got traded away. He's now a Vegas Raider, so that clears up a lot of the ambiguity that people were having about the Cleveland Browns quarterback positions. So it looks like they're going to roll into the year with Flacco and then the 2 rookies. I think Dylan Gabriel's going to be...
And don't forget the rapist.
Second string. And yes, Deshaun Watson is unfortunately still on the roster. He's on IR right now, but apparently he's throwing and running. So
did he ever get suspended for those allegations or anything like that? You would remember. He's your favorite quarterback on that team.
Yeah.
Deshaun?
Yeah.
When he came back to the league, yeah.
Okay.
It was 11 games or something like that, I think.
Okay. Because I just saw, looking through free agents and stuff, Justin Tucker is still on sleeper, but he's got the 11-game suspension as well. So I was just curious. I mean,
he's done anyway. I mean, besides the allegations of just being a piece of shit person, but I mean, he was last year
talking about this,
potentially the year before.
Yeah, we keep talking about this too. If he ever steps back on that field, the fans would revolt. It would be a riot at the stadium.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean, trust me, it was rough when Deshaun got out there for the first time, being a Browns game, and it wasn't pretty. There was a lot of hate going his way, which I'm not sure if that impacted his play because he was very good in Texas. I'll say it. He was very good at the Texans, but I think it was a scheme thing, and I think...
I mean, he was one of the rising guys in the league.
I mean, a lot of
who
those
was there.
quarterbacks you guys drafted were very good in college. They just didn't pan out in the pros.
Well, yeah, almost all of them.
Talk
So.
about Johnny
You know,
football.
the one guy that did pan out for you guys and brought you to the playoffs for the first time, and you guys just threw him away like a wet rag after you made him play through an injury. Golly, the disrespect you gave Baker.
He's doing pretty good down there. I think. Where's he at?
played
Tampa
through the
Bay.
injury on his own.
Nice. And do you think he did that because he was fearful he would lose his job if he didn't play?
Well, he
Or
lost his
do you
job
think he
anyway,
just
so
did that because he
should've just sat out.
Exactly. Well, I mean, you know, he's trying to do everything he can for the team that he loved. You know?
Yeah, I realize how
Shame
good
they didn't do
Baker
the same for him.
was with how bad the receiving options were there during that time. Like Jarvis was good for a couple of years, but he quickly fell off afterwards. Like he went to the Saints, and
He
I
was
don't
never
think he's
like
on a roster anymore.
insano.
No, but he was always a possession guy. Like
He's good.
you could count on him to be a PPR machine, but no, I know what you mean.
Yeah. Also, I'm going to piggyback real quick while we're still on the Kenny Pickett to Vegas. Vegas did also sign Amari Cooper to a 1-year deal. So, I mean, we know it's going to be Geno out there, not Kenny Small Hands Pickett, but I think it gives them another option out there. He was fun to watch in Cleveland. I remember seeing him do well. Still surprised me that you guys kind of let him go, but I think he started his career in Dallas. I think
it was Raiders.
He started at the Raiders. Yeah,
he started at the Raiders,
Mhm.
so he's back home.
Yeah. Then I think he went to Dallas.
Yeah, then he went to Dallas and he went to Cleveland and Buffalo, and now he's back with Vegas. But I don't think he's going to do anything, honestly. He didn't do anything with Josh Allen last year.
No, but I think the biggest thing there was he didn't know the playbook. Because he came in, week 10, week 11? And there's a clip where Keon Coleman is telling him, oh yeah, you run, like, you do this. He's like teaching him, like, as they're getting ready to snap the ball.
Yeah, it's pretty terrifying, actually.
That's not what you want.
I think the one thing he did was he caught that pass and then threw it back to Josh Allen, and Josh Allen scored.
That's his big highlight from being a Bill.
Hey, man, that's smart ball play right there.
Yeah.
That's a smart play right there.
Absolutely. Next piece of news, we have the Saints are in full tank mode. They just recently released Cam Akers, which I found surprising. Yes, they do have Alvin Kamara and Keandre Miller, but they did also name Spencer Rattler as their starting quarterback. So I find it interesting that they let Cam Akers walk, because he's a pretty stable running back, and I think he's going to get picked up quickly. I think you could actually see him in a Browns uniform next year, especially if this Quinshon Judkins stuff doesn't get figured out.
What's going on, man?
We picked the wrong Ohio State running back is what happened.
Yeah, you did.
You pretty much flip a coin.
Sure.
I could tell you that was going to happen. So,
did he go before Travion?
Yeah, like a pick before.
Yeah,
or two.
Oh, okay.
It was immediate. Quinshon went and then Travion went. So,
first touch, 100-yard kickoff in paradise.
I think they were distracted
preseason
by his stats in college football. 25, when his spin move was like broken in that game, they're like, oh, maybe he's like that in real life. We're gonna draft him.
That's Andrew Berry's scouting. He's just playing CFP 25 the whole time.
It was 2 picks later, so you had Quinshon in the 4th pick of round 2, and then the 6th pick of that round went Travion. So
So close.
Just
so close
sucks
so far.
Honestly, like then you don't bring back Nick Chubb, and now we got to rely on Jerome Ford to be the head back
Samson
there. Yeah, Samson I am excited about, but Samson's not a big guy. Like he's like 5'8", $199 soaking wet.
Well, he was a 6th round pick too, so it's like
which 6th round picks can be something, you know. Look at Tom Brady, but
it can.
Pick 199.
Yeah, let's pick the one.
I think he's a Michigan man. I think he's a Michigan man.
Tom Brady. Yeah.
Smart man.
But yeah, I think the Saints are just trying to get a Manning back in the dome. I think that's all that's happening. trying to get the second coming of Arch. They're going to get him, start him, probably ruin his career.
Look, I like that they're starting Rattler. Let Tyler sit. We talk about this again all the time. Let your rookie sit, learn the game. Don't throw him in the fire. Same thing's going to happen with Jackson Dart. I'll talk about him later. But
Dart's only like 21, where Tyler is like already 26 or 27 or something.
Yeah, Tyler's an older rookie, that's alarming too. But
it don't matter. It's gonna be Arch Manning here anyways. They don't care who's in there.
Yeah,
I'm just surprised they wasted the pick on that guy.
I am too, honestly. I'm surprised that they wasted that pick on Show. Not that, I mean, he could pan out and be great, but
but just because of his age, like you're going through a rebuild.
He's only a sophomore this year. Arches. He's only a sophomore. He's got to play next year.
Are you sure he wasn't redshirted?
I'm pretty sure.
I thought you
came back and played, didn't he?
Yeah, I thought you had to wait till your junior year of eligibility technically to be eligible for the
You
draft.
just have to have 3 years.
I think of eligibility, technically you have to wait, but I think some sophomores got drafted last year because they were redshirted.
After redshirted, they can be.
But speaking of collegiate quarterbacks, you guys, the Michigan Wolverines, are starting a true freshman.
Yes, we are.
I think are the Buckeyes as well?
I think he's a redshirt, but he is technically a freshman because he's 20.
Yeah, Manny Arches is available for draft this year.
This year coming up. Okay.
Yep.
I think if he plays well, like I truly don't understand why the Longhorns decided to play Quinn Ewers for as long as they did. Like, he played well, but if you have Arch Manning that everyone's hyping up as his generational talent, maybe he's not what everybody says he is. Because he sat a whole year behind somebody. You only have him for 3, 4.
No, he sat 2 years behind.
He sat 2 years behind Quinn Ewers.
This is his third year coming in. That's why he's able to leave. So,
but that was his first year at Texas, wasn't it? Didn't he go somewhere else first?
No. He's always been at Texas.
Okay.
No, Texas.
I thought he was somewhere else first, and then
he just looks like a Manning.
Yeah,
right in the face, you can see it.
He's got
that Manning look,
the scowl. But Ben, I think before we get into the dudes we like, you had some other news.
Yeah, man, just got back from bachelor party down in Austin, Texas. It was very food-driven bachelor party, trying all types of barbecue, and a couple of places that just got Michelin stars for their barbecue. So it was like insane brisket and pork ribs and whatnot. And getting married in 7 weeks now.
Research and
all
development
the
for some
final details, and honestly, yeah, we tried 2 donut shops while we were down there. One of them that we been following for a long time and have mimicked some of their flavors that they put out on their social medias, called the Salty Donut. And honestly, they were pretty good, but made me feel pretty good because I didn't think that they were really that much better than what we're doing. And I'm usually not that like high and mighty on my own stuff. But I've been hyping these people up for like 4 or 5 years now, and then finally getting to try them. I'm like, oh wait, okay, this isn't life changing. This isn't like the best thing in the whole entire world. You guys got, I don't know, 300,000 or 400,000 followers on social media and stuff. I'm like, okay, maybe we can grow this thing, do some stuff.
Oh, I don't doubt for a second you guys are going to grow more. I mean, your donuts are out of the world, man.
Dude, I never had a pawpaw fruit, but the pawpaw donut I had, oh my god!
I think that one might be coming up September, because the guy, I think it's September, October is the pawpaw season. I can't remember.
Delicious Skyline donut, delicious for all you Cincinnati chili heads out there.
Yeah, 100%.
The hot honey pizza.
Oh yeah, man.
Dude, the hot honey pizza, I still remember that.
Oh god,
I can't wait for that one to come back.
Oh yeah, man. Debut ones are so much more fun. We got we're next week or next month we're doing alligator and Dewey sausage Kloski.
That
So we did
sounds
that
so
was
good.
one of the things that we were doing down there. We're trying some Kloskis. That's big in Texas. And this one is a collab with a local chef here. He's a James Beard Award chef with a place called Nolia, and his food is like insane. And got to meet him through this chefs and coffee thing. We just meet up once a month with a bunch of other chefs in the city and just talk shop and see how we can help each other and figure out and just uh, grow different relationships and figure out different collabs and things we can do. So it's been a lot of fun.
I just realized I'm an awful host. Ben, who is joining us today, is not only Fish and I's friend from high school that we played football with, but he also has a donut shop here in Cincinnati. It's in Price Hill?
Norwood.
Norwood, my bad.
Yeah.
And he makes some
friend
insanely good donuts. I mean, he's got ones that stick around all year long. He has ones that rotate based on the season, and it's just like extremely proud to know this guy, to pull himself up by himself and be able to get this done, because I know he had that dream for a while. So I remember when
it was in the books for like 4 years before we even got started really making it do it for real.
Yeah, I remember that one draft party. You were guys, hey guys, I made some donuts, and we all tried them, and it was pretty good then. So I can only imagine how good it's gotten since then.
I mean, I've
then I was making them in my basement.
Yeah.
I mean, I think you graciously gifted us a box. We all got up together for football, and I mean, they were fantastic, man. They were so good. And I'm not down in Cincinnati a whole bunch, but like, especially when you're open, because you're mainly a weekend guy, which I understand. That's when people are out getting their coffees and stuff, and I need
those big money days, that's for sure.
Yeah, I remember hey, bring your donuts in on Friday if you guys want donuts, at work and stuff. But I need to stop back in because they were fantastic, dude. They were so good. And I think love is the number one ingredient I can taste there.
Yeah,
all the love, my guy, all the love.
Ben is unfortunately a Bengals fan, and you've had some Bengals players come in and get donuts from you before, right?
Cool. Actually, wore my DJ Reader jersey. Now with Zoltowski's Lions, I miss him greatly. Our defense was a lot better when we had him.
Yes,
I like him a lot.
But yeah, he was it 2 years ago? He would come in the day before the games every week, and even after he got injured, my dad and I are in there, and he's like, "Oh man, this will be the first week without DJ because he just freaking snapped his leg or whatever, And out of nowhere, the next 30 minutes, he comes in on crutches with his mom to still get 4 dozen donuts to take him down to the stadium for the whole team or whatever.
Dude, that is so cool.
Freaking sweetest man, kindest dude, always huge tipper, and just like brought in some coaches and other people with him while he was coming in each week. He was a cool dude.
Do the Lions come into Cincinnati this year?
Yes, they do.
I'm curious to know.
You should reach out to him on social media.
I need to send him a message and see
if you can't get him some of that merch too.
Right,
I'm sporting that.
I would love
lines and off season.
Yeah,
he's a real nice guy, and we've messaged back and forth a couple times. Just let him know how much I appreciate him coming in and everything, because that helped us out. Just him shouting us out on his social media a couple times. In the city, that's extreme.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That's awesome, dude. That's so cool. Such a cool story.
You got to get him to sign a jersey and hang it up in there.
Dude, I freaking know. I was so sick. I didn't get this guy until after he had left. We ordered it, but it took way too long to get here.
Let me guess, Fanatics.
Dude, they take forever, I swear. They're like, oh no, it's lost in our handling department.
It's lost in Southeast Asia somewhere.
For real.
What do you guys think? You want to get into dudes we like?
Let's go for it, man.
Heck yeah, man.
I'm not prepared at all because you guys took all my picks. because
I knew I took one of your picks.
Yeah, and I'm
knew I
pissed.
took one of your
I'm
picks.
so mad about it.
That was
That
was the first name I wrote down.
I know. I was busy. This weekend, dude. It was super busy. A busy weekend. Kid turned 2 on Saturday. And
Yeah.
then
Let's go.
Sunday swim lessons, and we were down hanging out with our friends down there in Centerville, Alex and Dalton, hanging out with their little one Maisie. They needed us to watch her for a little bit while they did some housework. But yeah, so we were slammed this weekend. But yeah. He you know what? I've gotten him to learn. If I put Madden on or college football or any football on in general on the TV, he goes, football, touchdown. So we're teaching him right. Teaching him right, you know.
Teaching him young.
He's always asking for his controller. He loves to push the buttons, putting him on the sticks too. So I'm going to be bankrupt.
Of course, right?
Yeah, no, I've got an old Xbox controller and then a old wired Switch controller that I give him.
Smart man.
But yeah, he's going to bankrupt me when he turns about 6 and starts playing sports because he's going to want to play golf. He's going to want to do everything. He really likes golf and hockey. So, the 2 most expensive sports. Awesome. So excited.
Yeah.
Hey, at least with the golf that you can, that turns into business meetings and all kinds of things later in life. That's like an actual skill to have.
Or we take him to baseball games. He's been a couple Tigers games. My parents are season ticket holders up there, and he'll make it through all 9 innings, man, and he'll just watch. And now, granted, they have real good seats. They're right behind home plate. And we took him to a Mud Hens game a couple weeks ago. We were up in one of the patio suites, so like up on the third baseline, up on the concourse. Really, really nice area, actually. Kind of a more personal suite kind of thing where you're down on the concourse with all the interaction and everything, but you still kind of have your own space. I think it was too far for him to really want to pay attention. But when we took him to the Dragons, which is the Reds single A affiliate here in Dayton, he didn't want to go into the pro shop. He pulled my wife towards the seats because he wanted to go watch baseball. So
that's funny.
He just loves sports.
Heck yeah.
So for the dudes we like, should we mention the real burning news before we get into this? Travis and Taylor got engaged.
Oh, yeah.
It's huge.
Let's go.
Massive.
Let's go.
I've been saying it for weeks. We're a Swiftie-friendly podcast. Taylor, I know you're doing podcasts now. If you ever want to come on, just let us know.
Yeah, that'd be really cool. Liz will take my spot on that podcast.
Good.
Because she would die. Happy.
I'll just sit here and listen to the 2 of them talk. So
that's fine.
But anyways, we'll get into the dudes we like. So
I'll go play Ultimate Team.
These are going to be separated into a few different categories. We're going to have dudes we like, just guys that we like for next year that we think are going to play well or that we think are maybe a little bit undervalued at the moment. Then we also have sleepers for your redraft leagues that you can get a little bit later in the drafts that we think are going to play well. And then we also have dynasty flyers. So guys that you may want to just roster on your bench for a year or 2. Maybe they don't do much this year. Maybe they have a little breakout season next year that everybody's going to scramble to go pick up, and you've already got them. So
I added a flyer just now.
Okay.
Just so you know.
Yeah, and I can start off if you guys want me to for the first one, then we can just take turns between.
Go for it. Start us off, big dog.
So the first dude I like is going to be Jackson Smith-Njigba. Jackson Smith-Njigba did finish 9th last year in PPR formats. He really came on at the end of the year last year with Geno Smith. Geno Smith is no longer there, unfortunately. So a lot of what I'm saying is hinged on the quarterback play of Sam Darnold going forward. Now, we did see Sam Darnold take a huge step forward last year. Not sure if that was just because of the offense he was in. That could be. But I have confidence he's going to take the things that he's learned in Minnesota to Seattle and play well.
Until they make the playoffs.
Until they make the playoffs, and then they will
and
crash
then it's
and burn.
One giant step back, just like last year.
Yeah. So
bright lights are too bright for him.
JSN, as I'm going to call him from now on, because Jackson Smith-Njigba is just too long to say this entire segment. He finished like I said, 9th last year. He's currently the number 14 receiver off the board, picked around the middle of the 3rd round in 10 league formats around the 34th pick. So you could arguably get a guy that's going to finish in the top 12 receivers where you would draft a second receiver or a second running back. So
100%.
You have 182 targets vacated from last year between both Tyler Lockett and DK Metcalf, who are no longer there. And the only other person that really came in to take some of those targets is an aging Cooper Kupp, which we saw how well he played last year. When he had another person that was there to share the target load in Puka Nacua. So the reason I really believe in him is not just because of his play last year and the upstep in quarterback play from Sam Darnold. You do also have to worry about the Seattle's running attack between Kenneth Walker and Zach Charbonnet. And I believe that that's just going to open up not only the play action game where Jackson Smith-Njigba really exceeds in, but also, he's just going to be able to get open because they're going to have to respect the run more often. So that is why he's one of my guys I like for next year. I think he'll do about the same he did last year. Maybe he'll take a step up. Who knows? I don't think he'll be quite a top 5 guy. That's really hard to do in this league, but I think you can pretty much solidify him getting a good number of targets, a good number of receptions, and he's going to be stable for you for next year so that you can play some more like boom guys that you're not sure how well they're going to do. So I think he's got a high floor. I think his ceiling's very high as well. So I think that's going to be a good pick for league holders next year.
I like it. I got him right there with you. I agree. I think he's going to be a top 12, top 10 this year, get flooded with targets. And as long as Sam Darnold is decent, he should be fantastic.
It all comes down to the man that sees ghosts.
I think he left a lot of those.
They did him dirty playing that clip. They did him so dirty, letting that out.
How many years ago was that people still reference that?
Right?
Long time, man. It
That's
was
awful.
bad. It was bad last year, though. I mean, I remember watching that playoff game thinking, oh, it's weird to see the Vikings, at 14-3 having such a low seed in the playoffs. And it kind of started that conversation of, hey, do we change our playoff format? And then they go out and absolutely shit the bed. I mean, just horrible. And granted, they're playing the Rams. Playoff Matt Stafford is an absolutely different beast. But still, I don't know. Like I said, bright lights might be too bright for that man. But I like it. I like that pick. Definitely has a hole to fill with DK not being there anymore. And he's going to step right into that role and be comfortable with it. Look, and especially they added in Noah Fant, or they got rid of Noah Fant, and they have a rookie tight end out there too now. So he's definitely going to be their number one receiver out there, because Cooper Kupp is just kind of on his way out, which is fine. He's had a great career, but he's not the guy anymore.
He's got a crazy haircut now too.
They're going
Kupp's hair recently.
They're going to think he's the guy, and then JSN's going to get open and catch the ball a lot. So,
and then whoever wants to go next, Zoltowski.
I just got one. So, and this one's kind of obvious, but there's reasons behind it. So, talk about tight ends. Tight ends normally you wait 4th, 5th round to take them. This one, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. I'd take him 1-1 if I could. I mean, Brock Bowers. I'd look at the year he had last year in a struggling Raiders team. Number 1 tight end in the league. Probably going to go high, but they don't have anyone else out there. He's only going to go up. Now, they did draft Ashton Genty, who we ranted and raved about how he didn't win the Heisman in college. It was a popularity contest more than a stats contest that should be. He may have struggled in the preseason, but again, it's preseason. He's a rookie. He's got to find his footing. Teams are going to load the box against him. You know what that's going to do? They're going to play action. Bowers is going to be open. Draft him early. Honestly, I remember when I first joined the boys league, when we started it, I took, who was it? The tight end from the Lions.
Laporta.
Yes, thank you. I don't know why I can't
Your
think of his name.
guy. I mean, come on.
Yeah, my guy. I know. I blanked. I know it was Sam. I couldn't think of his last name. Sam Laporta. I took him early.
Basis.
Listen, a great guy.
Oh, boys.
I took him early, and I got tons of shit for it. I ran 2 tight ends that year and made it to the semis. I ran him and Njoku, and he produced. He had the rookie records until Bowers came in and broke it.
Yeah.
So I really like him. I don't think you're going to see a sophomore slump out of him this year. I think take him higher than the average tight end. Take him early. Make sure you grab him. He's going to be consistent. He's going to get you at least 15 points, if not more, a game. So,
well, they use him differently than like a normal tight end as well. They split him out a lot. I mean, he's been outside the numbers before, so I think it's a great guy for next year. Because you're right, a lot of people get weary about, oh, it's a tight end, I shouldn't pick him in the first round. Which usually when you pick a tight end in the first round, you want like prime Gronk or prime Kelsey. Yeah. I think
so. Right now,
I think Bowers could be that.
Yeah, right now on Sleeper, he's 99% rostered and 99% started. How that's not 100, I don't know. I don't have him. I wish I did. He's 6'4", 235. Like, I mean, he's a big guy.
Yeah.
Who can catch the ball.
Well, with Geno Smith now too, like they had probably the worst QB play last year of any team, and he was amazing. And now you have Geno, which I don't think he's some amazing stud, but he's decent. He's better than average, I'd say.
Serviceable.
You're at least average. Like went up from an F to at least a C plus to maybe a B. I don't know. And the QB play, so he should do even better.
Yeah, and Jacoby Myers just requested a trade too, which I found interesting. I don't know if he'll get it.
Yeah.
But...
They said they have no interest in trading him. And then their wide receiver too, I think they just Jack Betch. I think they just drafted him.
They just drafted him, but he hasn't looked as good. It's Deontay Thornton or something Thornton.
Yeah. He's been struggling. And then I think that's another reason they signed Amari, like we talked about earlier. But with, like I said, there's really no receiving options there. You're not gonna be able to run the ball all the time.
Yeah.
All right, that's my guy. Go with my first one.
Go for it.
So my first dude I like is going to be Calvin Ridley. He was wide receiver 28 last year, kind of along the same lines as Zoltowski with absolutely garbage wide receiver QB play. I think the only one, Bill Levis, and I don't know who else was throwing the ball when Levis wasn't there. But he
Mason
now
Rudolph,
has.
Maybe?
You might think it was right.
Mason Rudolph, yeah.
Now they got Cam Ward, which everything I've seen from him, this man seems very dedicated, very just like in it for the grind, doesn't care about any of the glitz and glam and lights and any of that stuff. It's like, I play football. I'm not here for anything else. I play football.
Doesn't care about the sugar stuff.
Yeah, the least
exactly right. Like I'm not here for making for real. Not in the news at all. Nobody's talking about him one bit. Because he's just nose down, getting in, doing the work. So I'm thinking with going from garbage QB play to hopefully much better. I mean, he's a rookie, so I don't know what it's going to be, but I think with how he's performing and doing preseason wise and the practices leading up and everything, I think it's going to be much better. I think he's going to be probably a top 20, top 24 wide receiver this year, and he's getting drafted much later than that. You can get him in like the 6th, 7th rounds in your fantasy drafts, and should be, I mean, at that point, that's your second or third wide receiver, depending on how you're building your team, and that'd be fantastic for you.
No, I think that's a great pick. I mean, he's got all the talent in the world. He had a really stellar season with the Falcons back in the day before all the gambling stuff came out, and then
he has had a weird pathway.
It was pretty much the last time he had really good quarterback play, if you think about it. So, no, I think that's a great pick. Calvin Ridley, a guy that you often don't think about being good, and he's still relatively young. Like, I think that's a great.
Yeah, he's like, what, 28 or 20 or something like that?
He's in the prime years for a receiver, if you want to call it that. So
right.
But
he's had some years off.
The Titans did just acquire Tyler Lockett this offseason too, so that should open up him a little bit more instead of him being the only guy out there. So yeah, I really like that pick. Yeah, he's 30.
Is he 30?
Yeah, he'll be 31 in December. So
Well, if you got him in a dynasty league, let him pop off this year and then trade his ass. Because
Yeah,
once wide receivers
100%.
get over 30, you don't want him on your team. You don't want
Right.
you don't want that.
28 for running backs, 30 for receivers. That's the rule.
100%.
Unless they're like
100%.
a Saquon, then you keep that man.
Yeah.
But
Drop them on somebody, get a younger guy and some picks, and let them crumble on their team.
absolutely. My next dude I like.
Yeah, I'm confused about this one.
I
Please
don't
explain
really
this
like
one to
that
me.
much. So yeah, I was doing show prep. I was thinking about everything. You know, I was going through the dudes I like for this year. And my brain just kept going back to, I need a running back. I need to pick a running back because I don't want it to be full receiver heavy. And the guy that kept popping into my head that's in a much better situation than he was last year is DeAndre Swift. Now, don't come for me in the comments. Let me say my piece. DeAndre Swift is not the sexy pick that you want. He's not going to be Jahmyr Gibbs. He's not going to be Saquon Barkley or Bijan Robinson. What he can be is a very good RB2 and a very good flex player for you. DeAndre Swift's current ADP is the 21st running back off the board in full PPR formats. He's the 55th player overall taken, which in 10-team leagues puts him right in the middle of the fifth round. He is he's never scored or placed less than 21st as a running back in his career. From being on the Lions to now, he's never placed less than 21st. So I think his floor, and this is just a value pick, his floor is about right where his ADP is, because that's the lowest he's ever ranked. And I think with the new offense with Ben Johnson, with the positive the what am I trying to say? The better offensive line that they've brought in over the offseason, at least on paper.
The two guys, yeah.
It looks like DeAndre Swift can be a top 18 running back from 18 to 12 or 18 to 12 maybe. I don't think he's ever going to reach that RB1 status. He never has before. His top league in the year, he finished 15th, and that was he was a rookie with the Lions, I believe. But no, I'm really optimistic about him this year. I know he's had his ebbs and his flows throughout his year or throughout his career, but I think if you're looking for a guy that's going to bring stability and be really stable for your lineup going forward, DeAndre Swift may be that option for you. He's not a young man by any means. I believe he is at that 28-year mark where running backs do fall off. But I truly do like, I can't think of anyone other than Roschon Johnson that could be someone that's going to take any carries from him.
Kyle Monangai, you never know. He's getting a little bit of hype.
He's the rookie, right?
Yeah.
I
super late. I think he was like a
him.
6th or 7th round. So I mean,
I don't want him.
I'll make you a trade. Well, it's Dynasty. I don't know if I want to trade for DeAndre Swift in Dynasty.
I had him last year.
2nd round pick or something. You never know.
I think I had like 2 or 3 games. It was good. And granted, the Bears' offensive line last year was hot ass. Caleb was the most sacked quarterback in the NFL, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
But, oh, dude, it's just been that way for a while. It's an interesting pick. I see where you're coming from, with the new head coach, obviously Ben Johnson, know him and love him. Hate that he went to the NFC North rival. I think that whole division is just a rivalry within itself. They're all rivals with each other. I see where you're coming from. I just think he's just kind of not the guy.
You think his ship has sailed?
I think he's more of a flyer than anything. He sits on my bench a lot and doesn't do a whole bunch. And then I'll put him in for one game because they're supposed to be playing a weak run defense, and he gets like 2 points, and then I get bad and put him on the bench again, and then now I got 12.
And he'll pop off.
Where'd this come from?
The top ranked run defense. Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
it's interesting. It's I mean, because if anything, he's going to be more available on free agency. I wouldn't put him in a guys we like personally, personally, I'd put him more in a, like I said, a flyer.
No,
Role there.
I do get what you're saying. I don't like that he's the one that kept popping into my head, but there's a couple of things I kept thinking of is his volume he's going to have, because I just think he's going to be the guy in Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
Ben Johnson coming in, the offensive line upgrades. You know, Caleb Williams is going to be able to
have
sling the
Colston now
rock.
who can also block.
Yeah.
Unlike the comment out there, I don't think he can block, but Colston can because Michigan ran a run heavy offense, so he had to block.
Yeah, Colston
he's very good at blocking. So again, I see where you're coming from. Personally,
all signs point to green.
All signs point to green. And I hope you're wrong, because I want the Bears to suck this year, because the Lions, that's personal. I think Tyson Bagnet, we're going to see him start a game or two, because he's been popping off lately. And Caleb's struggling from what I've.
He got a decent contract to be their backup.
He did.
He was very happy about that.
I mean, my only worry with Swift was that he was with Ben Johnson, and then he was like, you know what though, we need better. Let me get Gibbs.
So I'm not.
If he keeps the role, I think the offense is going to be good. He should be good.
Did they cross paths in Detroit?
Was he not there?
I think they were a year removed.
Was that before his time?
He went to Philly.
He did go to Philly. Let me look it up real quick.
He went to Philly, and then they drafted. No, then they got Montgomery, and then they drafted
from the Bears,
Gibbs.
By the way,
I think if they had any time together, I think it was just 1 year.
Okay, so he was in Detroit from 2020 to 22.
Who was? Swift?
Swift.
Okay.
And Ben Johnson, words are hard to spell.
But you got to ask yourself, too, what was Ben Johnson's role? If he was like tight end coach, then...
I'm getting there.
He's not.
Yeah,
he's not coaching
so
Swift.
he was there. Yeah, weird that you were right. From 2020 to 21, he was the tight end coach. And then he was the passing game coordinator the next year. And then from 22 to last year, he was the offensive coordinator. So that last year, they did.
So that last year, they did connect.
And he had 99 carries for 512 yards with an average of 5.5 yards a carry, 5 TDs, and a 50-yard long. No fumbles, no lost fumbles. So it was production-wise versus carry, wise, it was his best year in Detroit. So you might be onto something here. I could be wrong. I'll admit, I could be wrong.
Give him the rock, dude. Give him the rock the whole time.
Yeah.
99 carries isn't enough. Who got more carries that year?
I think he got hurt in 2022.
Oh, did he?
Maybe. Because he only played 14 games. He didn't play a full season.
Yeah, I'm trying to go back into his history. So yeah, that was my only other guy that I kept coming to my head. An honorable mention nobody else picked was, I can't believe Najee Harris's ADP. I know the firework incident, but they said he's going to play.
Dude, I'm scared. I'm scared on him. I ain't worried. I ain't touching that.
Constant 1,000-yard rusher. He's not. Again, he's not the sexy pick. It's just, I don't know.
So Swift also had 48 receptions for 389 yards and 3 touchdowns that year. He had shoulder and ankle injuries. Pain for part of the season. So that's why he wasn't really healthy. That's why he missed 3 games. So again, could be on something here. Very possible.
Anybody want to take a guess on what his average yards per carry is throughout his career?
Who?
Swift.
I mean, I already have it pulled up, so I'm not going to guess, but Ben can.
4.6.
4.4. You're pretty close.
Ooh.
Which is pretty. It's not horrible by any means.
I'd say anything over 4 is decent.
Yeah. I think last year is the year that just hurt him with 253 carries and only under 1,000 yards.
You can do it, man. Give him 250, 300 carries.
I think, give him 300 carries. Just let him take the rock, dude. Don't even pass the ball.
250 and
run
80 receptions.
But RPOs.
Wildcat.
Nothing but RPOs.
All Wildcat.
If Ben Johnson's crazy enough, he might.
Yeah, absolutely. And then we can go on with your second dude you like.
Yeah, my second guy is going to be Evan Ingram, tight end for the Broncos now. when he was in Jacksonville. He absolutely killed it. I mean, last year he had some injuries and things that hurt him, but even in the games that he was back in and was healthy, those were all 10-plus point games, and he was killing it. He's getting drafted way later, like 7th, 8th rounds. And honestly, for me, if I don't get one of the top 3 guys of the Bowers, Kittle, McBride, I'm waiting until you know this 8th round, 8th, 9th round to pick up Evan Ingram or an Njoku or something like that. But I really think him going to the Broncos, he's, in my opinion, getting increased QB play because I like Knicks over Trevor Lawrence.
Very much so.
Better coaching and a coach that knows how to utilize a tight end. With when he had Jim Graham when he was with the Saints, Sean Payton made him an absolute stud. He's got Cortland Sutton to compete. I think he'll be the number 1 target there for sure. But after that, it's like him, or I think Marvin Mims could be good.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it's really going to be Evan Ingram and Cortland Sutton, and then Mims kind of as more of a flex play kind of dude, where he'll have some boom weeks where he catches a 70-yard touchdown or something insane, that because he's such a fast guy. But Evan Ingram is going to be getting peppered with targets, and for a late round tight end to be able to give you top 5 tight end play and hopefully secure you 10 to 12 points a week, just because he's going to be getting an insane amount of targets. I think he's a fantastic late round tight end guy to go with.
No, I think
that's a pick.
A phenomenal
That's a pick I like.
Yeah,
I think that's a smart, well-educated pick. It's a way better than DeAndre Swift. Way better. God.
No, I do like that pick as well. I mean, the only big thing about Evan Ingram is that injury bug. You got to worry about him getting injured, and then at that point, what do you do at the tight end position? You got to stream from then on, but that's what you're doing anyway if you don't get one of the top guys. So, no, I think Ingram is 100%. A great pick there. He was a target machine last year. So,
well, in even the 2 previous years, I think it was a top 3 or top 4 tight end both of those years, getting over like 120 or 140 targets. It was crazy. They were just feeding them down there in Jacksonville.
Yeah. So next we have sleeper guys. These are going to be guys that you can take either later in your drafts, or like my first guy, he's not being drafted at all. So I'll bring him up first. This is a bit of a homer pick, I will admit, but
a huge homer pick. What do you mean? It's a huge homer pick.
We have Cedric Tillman from the Cleveland Browns. Cedric Tillman is the wide receiver 64 off the board currently. He's being taken with this 202nd pick in the draft, and the big reason I'm picking him is just because he really, really excelled for a very small sample size when he was healthy. After it was either Amari got traded or he got injured. I think it was last year when Amari got traded. Cedric Tillman came in and he really was a stud last year until he had a concussion and he had to miss the rest of the year. So, Joe Flacco is really good for receivers and tight ends. He's a game manager. He's got probably the prettiest spiral I've ever seen a quarterback throw. And he is going to be leading the helm for the Cleveland Browns, at least for the first 6-7 weeks until he gets booted out of the stadium and Dylan Gabriel or Shadur takes over. But
that'd be a mistake.
No,
that'd be a
absolutely.
Huge mistake.
But think about the team you're talking about.
I mean, yeah, you're right. My bad.
Cleveland Clowns or the Cleveland Red Flags.
Over 40 quarterbacks started since '99. We think it's a race.
That is rough.
It's a sprint, not a marathon.
Right. But anyways, Tillman at his current ADP, like I said, receiver 64. I don't really know what you can expect out of him next year. I just know that if I have to waste a, ninth or not a 9th round pick, like a 12th, 13th round pick on a receiver as a sleeper, I'm going to go ahead and use it on a guy that has had success in the offensive scheme he's in. Now, granted, it was a different quarterback, but he had a very small sample size in 2024. He had 4 weeks where he played really well before he got injured, and that really was bookended by Amari being traded. He stepped into that role, and then he got hurt after 4 weeks. He had 40 targets in those 4 weeks. And, you know, the Browns don't really have many other receiving options other than Njoku and Judy. They did just release Deontay Johnson today. I think that you could substitute Cedric Tillman with a Jamari Thrash as well, and you could take him as a sleeper, but for right now, I'm going to focus on the guy that's actually had some sort of success in the league, being as small of a sample size it is. He's a big body. He's like 6'3", 215. He can go up and get the ball in the red zone, which is what he did a couple times during that 4-week span. And I just think if he stays healthy, he's going to be a really, really good number 2 option for the Browns opposite side Jerry Jeudy. And maybe number 3 option behind Njoku. So
I think that's your hopes and prayers speaking.
Dude, it is. I vividly remember I was trading away Amari. And
I got him in a dynasty team.
Oh my God, who's going to come in? And Cedric Tillman just rose to the occasion until he got injured. So
don't throw him hospital balls, guys.
No.
I like it because, like you said, you can get them in I don't know, round 13 plus. I'm sure if people don't know about him, you might be able to get him for your last pick potentially.
Yeah, like I say, he's going at 202 right now. If you have a 10-man league and your league is 20 roster spots, which is insane for a redraft league, don't make your league that.
Yeah,
that
it's usually 15
spot.
or 16 or something like that, right?
Yeah, he's going undrafted. So I think he's going to at least be a pickup for you throughout the year.
And don't take it as I hate that pick by saying that. I'm just giving you a little bit of shit. No, I do like it. You know, stats back it up. Like you said, I mean, I think when I think of Browns receiving, I think of Jerry Jeudy and David Njoku.
Oh, yeah. No,
Njoku
I do as well, but
Njoku likes to get hurt, and my team suffers because of that. But then now you've got Tillman over here to kind of fill that hole. You know, Joe Flacco, for as much shit as we talk, Super Bowl winning quarterback, by the way, Super Bowl MVP, if I'm not mistaken.
Elite.
And when the last time, I don't know why you guys ever got rid of him. He played very well on the Browns. So he's been in that system before. He's been around these players before. There was already definitely some chemistry with him coming back. So I don't hate it at all. I think it's actually really smart. It's probably better than the DeAndre Swift one.
Yeah, I'm excited to see what he does with Flacco because he didn't play with Flacco. So I'm just excited to see what he does there. His rookie year, 2013, Jesus Christ, 2023, he didn't really play with Flacco much at the end of that stretch there. But no, I'm excited to see what Flacco can do for him and what he can do for the entire offense, frankly. But the reason we didn't bring Flacco back is because they were worried about hurting Deshaun's feelings with another quarterback.
Hey. Fuck Deshaun Watson.
Glad you're brave enough to say it.
Right.
I'm pretty sure half the Cleveland fan base is brave enough to say it, man. I mean, we'll get into what he did. He's not a good quarterback.
I hate that guy.
I'm glad. I miss you guys would have kept Jameis.
That's your franchise back years. I love it.
Yeah, so many years.
Okay, so I'll hop into my one sleeper that I have because Ben took my other one. Yeah. But so my sleeper is a guy that I picked up last year. He's still sitting on my roster. Jordan Mason, best running back in the league, as we like to call him. So he's now with the Vikings. And they've come out and said that it's going to be a split workload between him and Aaron Jones, which is great for Aaron Jones because it means he won't have to leave games early all the time because he also gets hurt. A lot of players on my roster love to get hurt, especially my good ones. But we saw him last year with San Francisco. And now, granted, it's a very run-heavy offense. The Vikings, you think more air raid with Jay Jettas, Jordan Addison, all those guys. Hey, they're down there somewhere. Throw the ball, they'll catch it. But they're looking at him to be the short yardage and goal line back, which means a lot of easy touchdowns. Now, granted, most leagues you play PPR. Touchdowns still worth 6 points,
Yeah.
They'll get down there throwing the ball. And they're on the 2-yard line. Let's put Jordan Mason in. He'll score you a touchdown. Oh, down there again. Let's score another touchdown. That's 12 points right there. I like it. I'm going to keep him on my team. He'll stick around again. And there's talks too that it could be closer to more 50-50. So we might see him, and he can break some long ones. He was a great, not as good as CMC, but that team was riddled with injuries last year, and they would have been so much better if they would have been healthy. But still, he had a great year. And then he got hurt, I think, week 15. And then we saw Isaac Guerrero come in, who also ran the ball very well. So San Francisco is really good at creating a good running back room. Really, really good at that.
They had years.
Depth. Yeah, they had depth for days. Didn't Frank Gore played for them, right? You guys remember Frank Gore?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
His son's in the league.
I think, yeah. I remember when he scored a touchdown against the Lions, and then they came back and won that game. But that's my one sleeper pick. I don't see him going high, especially, being behind Aaron Jones. He's the RB2 there. But, I mean, he's going to be a touchdown, a red zone guy. He's going to get you scores. Saw what the Vikings did last year. The only piece I think that's different on the offense is JJ stepping in at quarterback. First year playing in the league. He had all last year to really watch, learn, kind of study the playbook. Again, I'll hype up Michigan for days on end. But go back and watch his college highlights. And he stays calm under pressure. He makes smart decisions. I think he's going to do well for the Vikings, as much as I hate to say that. I am scared of the NFC North this year. I am scared of the Vikings. I am scared of the
He's
Packers.
with a great coach.
Yeah, KOC is very, very good. So,
he's made people that literally have like 3 hours to look at the playbook win games.
Yeah, look what he did to Sam Darnold last year.
Yeah,
I mean, but I think Jordan Mason's going to be a great piece there. Give Aaron Jones a break. He'll see some more touches. Like I said, they've said that he's going to be the short yardage and goal line back. So he'll get points off of easy touchdowns. So pick him up, put him on your bench.
I like the pick.
Yep.
No, I like the pick.
Well, Aaron Jones had his biggest workload last year. So that, injuries are potentially coming, and they're going to want to prevent that, like you said, sharing the workload.
And Jones is older. So I think it's a great pick. And we've talked about it on a couple podcasts where how good the Vikings offensive line is going to be next year. They had Christian Darrisaw. He's a stud. But they brought in Ryan Kelly, that Ben and I played with in high school, and Will Fries as the interior lineman. You run Jordan Mason up between those two on the goal line, you're going to get touchdowns.
You're getting in the end zone.
Do not doubt it for a second. Yeah. So I think it's a great pick.
Yeah. He's a great flex RB2 for you. I don't know how many leagues run two running backs, but Ben, you're up.
Ben is
up.
Yeah, buddy.
First sleeper that you stole from me.
Yeah, I really like this guy. I made a trade for him in the Dynasty League last year. I've got him on 2 or 3 teams. Mr. Ricky Pearsall will be the number 1 dude for the 49ers. They are riddled with injuries left and right in their wide receiver core, and I think he's ready from what he did in the last few games last year. Really came onto the scene and looked like he was able to dominate, and now he has an actual healthy offseason, because remember, he got shot last year.
Yep.
Like, dude couldn't play for like half the year. And coming back from that, now he has a healthy season, able to work on stuff, able to actually work with Brock Purdy in the offseason. He's got a stable quarterback, great coach, good offense. Dude is primed to get riddled with targets, and it's going to be the him and Kittle show out there. And I can't wait. He has, to me, potential to be a potential like number 1, like not 101, but like wide receiver 1, top 12, top 18 guy for sure. As long as they can stay healthy and they can actually have a good offense and they're not on their 5th running back, and everybody's just falling apart and their team is just, as an offense, not good. If they can avoid that, this dude is going to be fantastic. He's going in the 8th, 9th round. Like, that is a steal.
That is a steal and a half. You can't. Yeah.
Oh, 100%. Like, that's next year. At this time, he'll be on the third round or higher. I bet. Like he's going to be great.
Yeah, it's a great pick. I mean, when you watch I think the one game that the starters played for the 49ers, him and Purdy were, making connections right off the rip. I think the entire first drive, except for the running plays, they all went to him. Especially Ayuk is still questionable, if I'm not mistaken.
I think he might start on the pup.
Okay.
And then Juwan Jennings is dealing with stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And
yep.
There's another guy.
Yeah. Juwan Jennings is questionable. Ayuk's out. He's on the pup. They moved him to the pup today on Tuesday as we're recording this. So he's going to be their number one. Even if he's not, and it's Juwan Jennings, he's still a great option. I love this pick. Again, you stole him from me. Hate you for that. But I think this is his breakout year. Especially comes back. You look at last year, comes back. That team's riddled with injuries. He gives them a little bit of hope, a little bit of something to smile about. It's a fantastic pick. Screw you for taking my pick.
Heck yeah, man.
Are they going to start calling the 49ers the Bullet Bros? Between Pearsall and...
Bullet Bros?
Yeah, between Pearsall and Brian Robinson Jr.
Oh, yeah, because he also got shot. That's right.
He also got shot. That's crazy. Rolex Ricky.
Just way to get on the 49ers.
Start him.
Shot. Yep. Pick him up.
My next sleeper is...
Those SEC running. It's those SEC players, man. Gotta watch out for them.
My next sleeper is also a receiver. I did not pick a running back for this one. I apologize, but I think receivers much more deep than running backs will ever be again. So there's a guy in Buffalo who is currently being drafted as the wide receiver 45, and he could just be one of the best quarterback in the league's number one target this year coming up. I'm talking about Khalil Shakir. He's being taken at the 96th pick, which is about middle of the 9th round if you're in 10-team leagues. He had 100 targets at the end of 2024, and he got quite the investment from the Bills going into this year. So a lot of times when you think about who do teams believe in or what players are going to be next going forward, you have to really think about, who they invest in. So Shakir got a 4-year extension with $53 million, close to $30 million guaranteed. I think that speaks volumes for his play last year when he closed out the season. I think you're going to see just a more of an uptick in targets for Shakir, because 100 targets is a lot, but it's not like those number one guys that you see out there. So I think he's going to maybe have some sort of, he's going to play better than what his current ADP is. I can't imagine him not. So I think he's going to be startable. I don't think he's going to be a wide receiver 1. I think he does finish within the top 24 probably, if I had to guess. But I truly think that Khalil Shakir is being slept on. And like we said, he's got one of the best quarterbacks in the league throwing to him this coming year. So I'm just curious, like, what do you guys think? Like, since week 7 last year, he didn't have less than six targets per game.
I mean, I like it.
I
like it. Josh Allen is going to do Josh Allen things. He put together a great run with whatever team they had last year. We talked about it a ton. He finds a way to feed his guys the ball. And it's, that big deal says, hey, we're invested. Like you said, we're invested and we want to keep him around. I think it's a good pick.
Yeah. I mean, get him the number 1 target for Josh Allen in the 9th round. And yeah, I think he'll probably be a low end wide receiver 2, high end wide receiver 3, a flex person you're going to play week in, week out. I think he's fantastic. Great value.
Yeah, I can't imagine him being, I think he'll be top 30 in wide receivers for sure, which if you're getting him 15 picks later, that's a no-brainer to me. So,
right.
And then we have Dynasty Flyers next. So I think you had one more sleeper, correct?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh
I got a
yeah,
second
here he
sleeper.
is.
Little Bill, Ja'Cory Croskey-Merritt, was a 7th-round RB this year and is now with Washington with Brian Robinson gone. Kind of leaves who's going to be the starter there. It looks like it's going to be a combo of him and Eckler. And this guy is a very talented back. Like if he had an eligibility problem that was like related to somebody wearing his jersey number when he was red shirted in 2019, that like prevented him from playing more than one game last year.
Weird.
So yeah, if that didn't happen, he would have. Now I don't, it's not like he's going to be a first round pick or anything like that, but he probably would have been in the 3rd, 4th round or 4th, 5th round or something like that, 2 or 3 rounds higher in draft capital that he would have been taken in because his 2024 numbers were fantastic, or 2023 numbers were fantastic in college. And he's been putting on a show this preseason. He is like the fantasy buzz. Everybody's talking about him on the different podcasts and everything. Like he is has a real chance to level up and be the guy there. I think he could be the first and second down guy, and you got Eckler in there on 3rd down for passes. And I just think, and he's going into like 10th, 11th, maybe 12th. Kind of depends on when you're drafting because the more people talk about him, it's just going to keep moving up. The closer it gets to things starting. Somebody sniped me last night one of my drafts. I took, my goal was to get Eckler and him so I could just secure that background. And I was going to take him like 2 rounds ahead. I was going to go like 9th round, I think. And somebody took him before he could get back to me. And I think his ADP for that was like 11th round last night. And so people are taking him early. I think he has a real shot at being a legitimate flex play. And if the workload actually goes to him and he's getting 60 or 70% of the workload, he could be, a top 30, top 24 guy or something like that. I mean, that's a good offense, good QB with Terry McLaurin and Debo there. And honestly, Zach Ertz was good last year. Like they have 3 solid receiving weapons, so they shouldn't be able to load the box.
With Walker,
they have a running QB. Hey, get out of here, my dude. Hey, they're out there boogieing. All right, Debo had that one. Was it one pass for like 17 yards? I'll take it.
Yeah.
I'll take it. I need it.
No, I do think it's a great pick.
I think he's gonna be good.
Yeah, I do think it's a great pick. You know what his hype reminds me of from last year?
Who?
Bucky Irving.
Oh, okay.
The hype around him right now reminds me of the hype that Bucky Irving got, and we all saw how that worked out. So I think I think that's a great pick. I've seen all the memes online of, his name's Bill. Bill drives himself from home from the hospital. I think Andy Holloway posted that one on Twitter. Shout out fantasy footballers. But no, I think that's a fantastic pick. We know how not exciting Brian Robinson was last year to run the ball. He was serviceable. He got you maybe 9, 10, 12 points a game, but yeah, I think you're going to be seeing a much better outcome next year with Bill being the guys.
Wasn't prepared for that.
Oh
man.
Wasn't prepared for that.
Now we'll get into the dynasty flyers, and I'll go first here, and I'm going to go with the guy I picked from good old Zoltowski here. This is the first name I wrote on my board.
Fuck you, man.
And that is a young man by the name of Isaac. Is it Tesla?
Tesla.
Is that
it's
how
not
you
Tesla.
say it? It's not Tesla. Okay.
It's Tesla because it's the capital S in there. So it's
Tesla.
Yeah,
so
it's weird. It's really weird.
Ben has already talked about it. There's a lot of weapons in Detroit. There's a lot of scarcity that goes with that, especially with Amon-Ra and J-Mo hogging those targets. But the reason I'm picking Tesla is not because you want him for this year. I think he's going to be a guy you can rely on for years to come. He has been an absolute stud in preseason. He's going about the third round of rookie drafts. And he's honestly, I think he could beat out Tim Patrick easily for that wide receiver 3 position.
Yeah.
Now,
so he's listed as
is he already listed
behind. No, he's listed behind JMO for the wide receiver 2 spot.
Interesting. Okay.
So, yeah.
So yeah, he's been outstanding this preseason. There was not a lot of hype out of him coming out of Arkansas, I believe is where he came out of. But
yeah.
4th round pick, if I'm not mistaken, Zoltowski.
Yeah, I was really confused when they took him.
They had to trade like 2/3 for him.
Did they really?
No, he was a 3rd round pick.
Oh, he was
I think
a 3rd
they
round pick?
traded
Yeah.
up and they gave another 3rd to trade up to get him. So like they believe,
Yeah, they believe in
him
this
and
kid
the
then.
moves they made to make the pick to get him.
Yeah, which it's really funny if you might have seen it on ESPN. I think they talked about it there. Is when he went to go visit the Lions, like for his pro day and whatever, he was wearing his custom Lions jersey with his name on the back of it.
Oh, I do remember
This kid,
that.
yeah, this kid has been a Lions fan his entire life. He's dreamed about playing for the Lions.
Good for him.
Oh, even better. I didn't know that at
Yes.
all.
That's
Hell
cool.
yeah.
So, yeah, he's from Michigan. He's from Michigan. So it's just it's a great spot for him. I love this pick. Yes, this was one of mine because I drafted him in, I believe, Super Active, the one I picked up a team in, and I don't know if I was able to get him in the boys. I think someone took him before me, but I really wanted him. You're 100% right. I love Tim Patrick. Don't get me wrong. He came out of nowhere. Yeah, I think he had some injuries.
Yeah, he took
bounced
a whole
around the
year
league.
off
Yeah, bounced around the league, came back.
between the Broncos and Lions.
Yeah, was a great wide receiver 3 last year. Had a couple games where he had multiple touchdowns. I think it was just the one game because he only had 3. But 30, like Tim Patrick had, he was at Denver. He took 2 years off.
Oh, he took 2 years off?
Yeah, his last year at Denver was before he played with the Lions last year was 2021.
Oh, wow. Okay.
That's his, came back, but he's 31. He's going to be 32 in November.
And we know
They're
who
drafting
Tim Patrick is. Like he's had success in Detroit because of the other 2 receiving options. Like, but Tesla has that talent. He could be the guy
he's
could
looked,
take over if they can't pay one of the other 2.
Yeah. Again, just preseason, but still has looked fantastic. You know, it looks good. He's working hard. He's got the sweatband on. Yeah, he's 6'4", 214.
Big boy.
Yeah.
Runs a 4.4. Golly.
Yeah, he's fast. I mean, he's it's a fantastic pick. If you can get him for your dynasty, if someone didn't already take him, snag him. If you have a taxi squad, put him in the taxi squad.
I was about to say the same thing.
Yeah, for when he eventually takes Tim Patrick's role. As much as I hate to say that, like I said, I love Tim Patrick. I was a big fan of him last year. He stepped in, did great. It's fantastic. It's just a good pick. Like I said, confused the hell out of me when they did it, especially round 3. But now after seeing him, I'm like, okay, I get it. This is why we love you guys out there in Detroit.
Yeah, so like Zoltowski was saying, if you don't know what a taxi squad is, so taxi squad is essentially bench players that you can lock on your roster for a year. Now, they're extra bench players that if you end up moving someone out, you do lose a roster spot. You can't put anyone back in the taxi squad. You can only take them out. So I think he's a great taxi candidate. And the reason is because if they do roll with Tim Patrick for the entire year, which they very well could, I mean, you can bring him out next year when Tim Patrick either doesn't come back or he retires.
Or if JMO gets suspended again for something stupid.
Or if JMO gets suspended again, that's always an option. But no, I hope
he doesn't.
I think Tesla is going to be really good in that Detroit system, even though it's a new system. I think he'll be very, very good. So,
well, I don't know how much of a new. I know this is the long episode. We talked about it, but I got to talk about this a little bit because I've been looking into it. You know, being a Lions fan. So our OC, whose name escapes me right now, he worked with Ben Johnson last year, so he's been with the system for a while. I don't know how much of it is actually going to change. Obviously, we might see a little less trick plays. Who knows? I think even some of the players come up with them from watching, from watching other teams. And we talk about the stumble play, which is one of my all-time favorites. I mean, hook and ladder is great. The Amon-Ra pass to Goff is also great. But the stumble bum, that's my favorite.
Yeah.
And they have fun. That watching them do perform offense, because it is a show in what they're doing. Like they're doing to that nobody else is doing it. It's fun.
And
it's weird.
I'll say
it's
one
weird
thing
to be
about
proud
Jared
to be a
Goff.
Lions fan.
I'll say one thing about Jared Goff. There's no quarterback better at play fix in the league than that man.
Oh no, that man is a play action machine.
No one in the league better than him.
There's a clip that shows up all the time. It's play action, or no, it's what he's handing the ball off to, but he makes it think like he's throwing, and he gets sacked.
And the guy,
but he's already handed the ball off. Yeah, and he's like, oh yeah, and then he's like, I don't have the ball, buddy. He's up the field, and then they get like a 15-yard penalty for a late hit.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's exciting. Exciting. I like this pick a lot, and I'm glad I snagged him in at least one league.
Yeah. But then you have a couple. Zoltowski, do you have one? I'm sorry.
The Flyers we're in the Flyers now, right?
Yes, we're in the Flyers.
Yeah. I have actually 3 Flyers. I actually picked a bunch of these ones because I snagged a couple of them. So number 1 Flyer. This is honestly probably on everyone's radar for your yearly leagues, but if you're in a dynasty, go grab Jackson Dart if he's still available. If you have your rookie draft coming up. Russ is the starter. But Jackson started all the preseason games. He looks really good. He's got good chemistry with his team. I don't think he's going to take the starting job until at least week 5 if he does, which gives him more time to develop. We always talk about developing our rookie quarterbacks, but he looks comfortable with the Giants. He looks like he wants to be there, and I don't think they had any of the offensive starters out there with him, like Malik, Wan'Dale Robinson, and then Darius Slayton. I don't know if they played any preseason.
Wan'Dale.
Excuse
yourself.
I'm not going to say it because we're on YouTube, but I'll get you with it afterwards. But I mean, he's throwing the ball well. He looks comfortable there. He's not going to be. I don't think he's going to be the next Eli where he leads him to a Super Bowl anytime soon. But he's got potential there. I like him a lot. I like the kid a lot, and his mom's hot, is what everyone says. Were you wondering if I was going to mention that?
There it is.
That's
why he's picking him.
No, that is not. I picked him up. He's on my taxi squad, and super active. I think I have him in the boys as well. If not, I'm going to try and snag him. But the Giants are making the right moves. Like I said, not starting him's huge, but grab him, hold on to him. He's got really good potential in the future.
I like it.
No, I do too. I think he's been a stud in preseason, so I think it's a good pick. Ben, who you got?
For my first one, I got Jaden Higgins. He is going to be the wide receiver 2 for the Houston Texans. Now with Tank Dell gone, is he ever going to play football again? I don't even know what's going on with him.
Did he re-injure the same? Is it Achilles or ACL?
I don't know.
It
but
sucks.
I know
whatever it is,
like on IR, and
he's
might not even make it back this year. And I think it's going to be even longer.
Yeah, he's on the pup right now.
Yeah, I think it was a late season Achilles or knee ACL. I'm not sure what it was, but devastating.
So he's he's looked good so far.
Knee injury.
And in my opinion, I think CJ Stroud is the real deal. I mean, he had a slide back last year, a little sophomore slump. That O-line is pretty terrible, and honestly, it didn't get much better, or better at all. I don't know if they made any significant
could say it got
additions there. If I'm being honest, you might be right. You might be right.
Big old left tackle now, I feel like, but yeah.
But that's why this is the flyer. All right, this is why the same sort of you're gonna stash him bottom of your bench. All right, and you got Nico Collins there. He's gonna be the number 1 dude there for a long time. Next 3-4 maybe more than that years if he gets even longer contract and whatnot. But I think CJ Stroud is going to be capable of sustaining 2 fantasy relevant wide receivers, and I really like what Higgins was able to do in college and what he's looking like so far in the preseason. I think he could have a chance to be easily like a wide receiver 3 in, wide receiver 25 to 36, somewhere in that range. Probably not this coming year, but in the next 2 years, easy. And if they can shore up that O-line, he could be, that could be a duo kind of like the Chase and Higgins, where you have 2 people that are in the top 20, one of them's in the top 5, top 6, and another one in the top 20 or something like that.
I think that's a great pick. Unfortunately for Texans fans, with Tank Dell, his knee, just looking up the injury real quick, it was dislocated knee.
Ooh.
And 3 torn ligaments in his knee. So
that's right.
A lot of people are saying it's career ending, which sucks because he's so young. He was I think I had him last year. Yeah, even with Nico there. I think that was a big reason, honestly, for CJ slump last year. Is he only had Nico because Diggs got injured too. He's undergone 2 surgeries on it, so people are saying he's going to be out for all of 2025. He's, like I said, he's on the PUP, but I think this is a really, really good flyer pick. Gonna stash him away, keep him there.
Yeah. Because wait for him to get that relevancy, but yeah, he's gonna be there.
Or even wait, for an injury could possibly happen. I know Nico got hurt last year. He might still have the, you always look at the possibility of re-injuring. Unfortunately, we never wish injuries upon people, but good to have just in case all of a sudden, hey, now he's thrown into that, wide receiver 2, wide receiver 3 spot. CJ likes to pass the ball around.
Yeah, the Houston coaches there and their decisions with taking him in the 2nd round and then taking Noel in the 3rd round and then bringing in Christian Kirk. It's like, I think they saw the Tank Dell injury and was like, okay, yeah, this probably is his career and this probably is done. We need to bring people in here badly.
Yes.
And I think Higgins is going to be the one that's going to rise to the top there. And yeah.
I was about to say the same thing. They made so many receiver acquisitions, no matter if it was the draft signing. It doesn't look good for Tank, unfortunately. But
right.
Yeah, Higgins, I just looked him up. I knew who he was. I didn't realize how big he is. He's a big dude too. So he's about Nico size. So, and then he got drafted along with his teammate, right? From
which is kind of fun. Yeah,
which is pretty funny. So no, I think that's a great pick because they need help in the receiver department. That's for darn sure.
Badly,
if they want CJ Stroud to pan out, which I'm with you. I think he can be the guy. So,
yeah.
Zoltowski, since you have 3, you want to go next again, and then I'll
You
go?
also have 3.
I only have 2.
Are you not talking? There's a 3rd one, literally right below your next guy. Are you not talking about him?
No, I'm not.
Oh, okay.
They were just guys I was thinking about.
Okay.
Same with Najee.
Yeah,
Harris.
I'll go with my next one then. So next one, we talked about Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift. Congratulations on your engagement. That means also this is Travis's probably last year in the NFL. I think if they would have won the Super Bowl last year, he didn't come back this year. But going for it one more time. However, who's going to be his replacement? Noah Gray. Saw him last year. Saw him get decent amount of targets last year. Kansas City is in desperate need of receivers. They have Xavier Worthy, they have Rashee Rice. Rashee Rice is going to be suspended for who knows how long because they have to collude with the NFL has to collude with the Chiefs because his hearing's not till the end of next month. A couple weeks into the season. He's already pleaded guilty. Jordan Addison did the same thing and immediately got slapped with a 3-game suspension. Bygones be bygones. They're going to work him into the tight end 1 role. He's listed as the 2nd tight end on the depth chart. Again, saw him a lot last year. What? What's so funny?
I'm looking at their depth chart and the 4th tight end, his name's Jake Bringingstool. Sorry, I didn't mean to laugh.
Interesting.
I just thought it was a funny last name.
You know, when Travis retires at the end of this year, or if he gets hurt, or if he, you know, starts to fall off because he's acting, he's modeling, he's doing this, that, and the other off the field. You know, I mean, props to the guy for, you know, building his business outside of football. I'll give him that, you know, but someone's going to replace him. Noah Gray is going to be that guy. Pick him up. He's available, I think, in a good amount of leagues. Put him on your bench. We'll let him sit there. You know, you're going to need him for next year. That way you already have someone who's in their system, who's had solid results. You know, Andy Reid, make all the cheeseburger jokes you want. Fantastic coach. Gets the most out of his guys. I think they have that running back. He's from Toledo. You know, props to the 419. I think he played in a town that's close to Toledo and was pretty good there. I'm surprised he didn't bring him back because of the allegations he had, because they do that with a lot of their guys.
Talking about Kareem Hunt?
Yeah, talk about Kareem Hunt. And he's, you know, people thought he fell off. He's been doing well for the Chiefs as well. He makes the most out of his guys. So look for Noah Gray next year, possibly sometime this year, to kind of step in and take over. For sure next year, tight end 1, 100%. But possibly could be an easy flex this year if you know, hey, I need something. You know, I got to fill this tight end slot, or I got to fill this flex position. You know, definitely hold on to him. I think he'll be worth his weight next year.
I don't think that's a bad pick by any means, but there's another guy in Kansas City by the name of Jake Wiley that I think, or Jared Wiley, that I think might be your Noah Gray, that you hope he's going to be.
Okay.
He's massive.
Don't be one of them.
6'6", 250. They took him in the 4th round of last year's draft, or 2 years ago, I guess, and he's played a couple times, not any time in the regular season, but he has played in the preseason this year, and he's looked pretty good there. So
yeah, I just say, you know, look at Noah Gray's stats. You know, he's been with Kansas City for a couple of years now.
Yeah,
Sit behind Travis Kelce. Last year, 40 receptions on 49 targets. That's pretty dang good.
It's pretty good conversion
rate. Pretty good.
Yeah.
You know, 437 yards, averaging 10.9 yards a reception, 5 touchdowns, no fumbles in his career, 1 rush for -4 yards.
No, I
don't know what that's about.
I don't think that's a bad pick by any means, but I don't know. I feel like they not wasted a 4th round pick on Jared Wiley at that point, but I remember the hype from him coming out of college.
Yeah, but it's, again, you think about who the tight end 1 is there. You know, we've seen what Kelce has done.
Oh, yeah.
We saw what his brother did at center for the Eagles. I mean, he is one of the greatest centers, I think, to ever play the game. When he retired, everyone's first thought was, who's going to fill that hole? That's a big ass hole to fill.
Yeah.
But, you know, he's the other, your Jared man is young. So, you know, he'll get a spot in the spotlight. It'll happen. But I think Noah Gray's is going to come sooner than his.
Yeah, more than likely. My next guy is a guy that's got a lot of hype around him right now. I'm going with Ollie Gordon II, running back from the Dolphins. Now, he's not going to be your starter at all by any means, because there's a man there by the name of Devon Achane, but Achane
might be your week 1 starter this year.
Yeah, he actually might be, because Achane is injured. I would like to add again. Achane has had the injury bug throughout his career. I'm sure that has something to do with his stature, but Ollie Gordon is a complete opposite back of what Achane is. So Ollie Gordon, 6'2", 225. He can really be that guy that pounds the rock. They haven't really had that since Achane's been there, since Tua's been there. So I think that Ollie Gordon could come in and really play well. He's been a absolute stud this preseason, averaging 4.8 yards per carry. He has a touchdown. He's only had 26 carries, but he's had 126 yards doing it. He's had a little bit of success in the receiving game as well, but like I said, small sample size, but this guy has been getting a lot of hype this preseason. And I think if you have a rookie draft, he's worth the pick. He's worth the pick to have him sit, see what happens. I think he's going to have a role on that offense, no matter if Achane's healthy or not. Because they truly, I mean, who's the other guy that's there? Jalen White, is that his name? Jalen Wright.
Yeah, but he's hurt too.
He's hurt as well. So, yeah, I mean,
yeah, I don't think it's the serious, but it's going to keep him out a couple weeks.
Yeah, and then they have Mattinson there, but he's on the IR.
Yeah, Mattinson's on the IR.
Yeah, he's done for the year.
He's their only healthy running back. God, he's done for the year.
Yeah, I remember we talked about him, and like, right after I had to put on the podcast, we didn't realize he was injured until after.
Hang on, I gotta move him to the IR and sleeper real quick. Hang on,
go for it. Yeah, Ollie Gordon. I think he's gonna have a lot of success in Miami, so he's gonna be that change of pace.
I love the pick. I took him in the last round of one of my redraft leagues last night, just because I think with the news on Achane, and it's like he's dealing with a calf something. It's sounding a lot like the Christian McCaffrey stuff of last year.
Yes.
I am super scared on what that could turn into if he, does get put on the field and what's going to happen there. And so, yeah, I mean, dynasty flyer for sure. Even redraft flyer, I think he's worth a last round pick. Because you never know. He might be the starter week 1, and if he absolutely kills it, could get a 50-50 role, or, if Achane gets hurt, boom, he's locked into, stud status, getting just 20 carries a game or something.
Yeah, I like this pick a lot. A big guy for running back 6'2", 225. Came from Oklahoma State. One of the best running back of all time. Also came from Oklahoma State. Played for the Lions. Retired early, unfortunately. But
Barry Sanders. But no, their Dolphins are injury riddled right now. Running back, I think that's a huge pickup. Maybe start him or at least keep him till Achane comes back. Achane's not old by any means, but I think he's been hurt every year he's been in the league, if I'm not mistaken. I believe you're right. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's a great pick. He's just a great option to have on your bench. In case he gets hurt, throw him in there. Dolphins can't just pass the ball all the time. I mean, they can.
Or some say
it's not going to work.
But I think that brings us to either Ben's second flyer or Zoltowski's last flyer. I'm not sure who wants to go next.
You can go next, Ben.
Alrighty. For my last flyer, I got Pat Bryant, wide receiver for the Broncos. I think they just traded away Vele. So that's, less targets out there. Definitely a stash, perfect for your taxi squad. He has competition in Sutton and Evan Ingram this year, and even to a lesser extent, Marvin Mims. But both the Sutton and Evan Ingram are older. I don't think they're going to get another big contract or long-term deal with the Broncos. So once their current deals run out, they're going to be on like 1 or 2 year things, or they're going to be out of there. They're trying to find their next crop of wide receivers, and some of the comments from Champagne talking about how he thinks this could be like his next Michael Thomas type guy. And I mean, that obviously would be huge praise and would be amazing for him to turn into that. I don't think it'll probably be all of that, but still, the coach likes him. He's going into a good offense with a great up-and-coming QB, and I think he has the chance to, in the next 2 years, be a player that we're drafting in the top 6 or 7 rounds of fantasy drafts, and could be somebody that will get you 10 to 12 points a week or more. And I think he's, with the way they're building their team and how they're going, I think he's going to be a really good option going forward.
No, I think it's a great pick. It's funny, like, you see the Saints back when Sean Payton was their coach. It's almost exactly mirrored right now in Denver. So you've got the tight end, you've got the big body receiver in Marquise Colston / Cam Sutton. You've got the quick, speedy guy, Robert Meacham / Marvin Mims. And now you have the next up-and-coming potential guy in Pat Bryant / Michael Thomas. So I think it's a great pick. He knows how to develop receivers. Sean Payton does. Bo Nix is a great young quarterback. I think he's just going to continue to improve, and I think he's going to, like you said, need that receiver for the years to come that he's going to be able to throw to, like Drew Brees had with Michael Thomas and Marquise Colston. So,
100%.
Yeah. I think it's a great pick.
Yeah, I agree. I like that pick a lot. Yeah, that's all I got to say. You guys have said it all already.
Zoltowski, who's your last flyer?
And then, I think that leads into me with my last flyer. So I'm going with another quarterback here. Sorry, I'm trying not to laugh. We make jokes about Tua all the time, but his situation is a serious one. When he goes down, then it's honestly at this point, I don't think a matter of if, it's a matter of when. Someone's got to be there to take his place. I think that man's Quinn Ewers. I liked watching him in Texas. Played well. He's played well in the preseason. He's going to sit. He's going to develop. He's got Tyreek. He's got Achane who can catch the ball out of the backfield. Got that other running back we just talked about, Ollie Gordon.
He's got Waddle.
He's got Waddle there. I think he's especially for dynasties, especially if you run a super flex where you can run two quarterbacks, pick him up, back on the taxi squad, use him, put him on the bench. If you've got a bunch of bench space, let him sit. Again, he's my third because it's a major if, because it's gonna happen. Tua's gonna be done with football at some point. He's got too many injuries.
Yeah.
There's too much going on there. Now, Quinn Ewers is listed as QB3 behind Zach Wilson right now, which, again, still a good scenario for him. He's also trade bait for other teams out there that are looking to develop. But in the preseason, 23 completions on 43 attempts, a 53.5 completion percentage, not the best, 273 yards, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. Young guy. Again, Steve Sarkisian out there in Texas. They run an air raid. We saw Isaiah Bond, Xavier Worthy, both came from Texas. Fast as hell guys. They threw the ball a lot in college. We talk about Arch Manning from Texas. I just like him. I picked him up. He's sitting on my taxi squad. Also picked up Dylan Gabriel too. He's sitting on my taxi squad for when he takes the starting role from Flacco. So it won't be Shadur, I don't think. But going back to Quinn Ewers, I think you let him sit, you let him develop. Dolphins run, they run an air raid style offense. Tyreek is fast. He's very fast. They let him run down the field, throw the ball up there. Quinn Ewers has got a good arm. So I think he's, just hold on to him. If it doesn't work out, it is what it is. But Tua goes down, he comes in, or Zach Wilson goes in, throws 3 interceptions. They're like, well, we can't keep him in there. He keeps throwing the ball to the other team. They put Quinn Ewers in, and all of a sudden he pops off. 3 touchdowns, 300 yards. Now Tua's got some competition. So I like him. I liked watching him last year in college.
Not bad stash. And I think we all know Zach Wilson is not that dude. So,
Nope.
It's not like he has hard competition in front of him to beat out to be that number 2 guy. So, he had a great pedigree going into college and performed well while he was there at Texas. So, I like it.
Kept Manning on the bench.
Yeah.
Exactly right.
He did.
Not a lot of people could say that. He can say that.
Yeah, and he got drafted. He got drafted real late too.
Yeah, he did.
Pick 231, and I know a lot of people were talking about him being top 3 rounds when they were talking about him. We talked about it with Shadur, chip on shoulder, man. Lights a fire under your ass. You want to go prove all the haters wrong. We talk about Mr. Irrelevant, Brock Purdy all the time. Now he signed a huge deal with the 49ers. So I don't know. I like the guy.
No, I'm with Ben. I don't think that's a bad stash at all. I mean, he did show a lot of promise in college. I don't really know what happened between the end of last year and his draft position, but he's a little bit undersized, I guess. He's only 6'2". I know if you're not super mobile, they want you to be a little bit bigger, but at the same time, we've seen quarterbacks much smaller have success there. He could be a good stash. I mean, he's good enough to take up a spot on your taxi squad. I don't doubt that for a second. Because like you said, Tua, that's just always lingering, you know?
Mm-hmm.
That when is it going to happen? Is that the hit that's going to do it? I remember last year when he came back, we were watching the game together, Zoltowski, and he put his head down to get a first down to run through someone. And we were like, what are you doing?
Yep.
What do you do? Yeah.
And
Not worse than that.
No, not at all. So, no, I think...
Did you know that Quinn Ewers started out at OSU?
Yeah.
His first year?
Oh, yeah.
I did not know that.
So Joe Burrow and...
Yeah. You guys probably regretting that one a little bit after he went out and won that championship.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Like,
now you're happy, Ben, because he's on your team.
College football ever. Oh yeah, true.
But I
would have
Quinn
liked him
Ewers
also on the college team.
Yes.
But we adjusted
Quinn Ewers,
he was just as good.
Yeah.
So good. So good.
Oh,
I think that's fine. He had a good year last year. We'll see what he does with the Jets. They just don't have any weapons. But so Quinn Ewers, real quick, just to top it off, college stats: 737 completions on 1,135 attempts, 64.9 completion percentage, 9,128 yards, 68 touchdowns, 24 interceptions. So pretty good. Pretty good. So hopefully it can translate. We know all the time it doesn't translate. We see guys who were absolutely amazing in college, and then they go to the pros and they flop. On both sides of the ball. The one that comes to mind big was Manti Te'o, but I think he had a lot going on that really outside of the sport that caused that one.
Oh, Johnny Manziel as well.
Yeah. Well, he didn't like football.
Yeah,
he just didn't want to play.
Drugs.
Yeah. I think here's a fun question for you guys and listeners to ponder on. Go watch the Untold, the Johnny Football documentary on Netflix, and tell me if you think back when Johnny played, if the NCAA had the NIL like it does now, do you think his career comes out differently? Because one of his biggest gripes that they talk about was the fact that Texas A&M was making all that money on him and he wasn't seeing a dime of it. That's what a lot of the guys complain about, and there's plenty of other situations. I mean, I think about OSU under Jim Tressel when, that whole scandal happened.
The tattoo gate.
Yeah, the tattoo gate, whatever. Yeah. You guys shouldn't have I'll say it. You guys shouldn't have.
He just had too many pairs of golden pans back then, So many pairs of golden pans to give away. What are you going to do?
Again, I don't think, I don't think
pairs
it
of
was
golden
right.
pans.
Like, people will say, oh, well, they're going to get their education for free and all that. And I'm like, yeah, but the university is making millions of dollars on these players.
My dad says that thing too, and about the free education, it does not come close to being equivalent to what the money these kids generate.
Well, and the free education is a couple different degrees that fit into our work schedule, because you guys got to be in there at 4 or 5 a.m. and do 2 or 3 practices a day and different things. It's like, okay.
Yeah, they get Marshawn Lynch majored in underwater basket weaving. So yeah, I mean, if he was going to be an NFL player, who knows what would happen.
These big names in college, they are not going for the education. They are going for football, and that's fine.
Yeah, their major is football.
Their major is football. They're trying to go to the league. They're trying to make that big contract. So let them take advantage. If they're that good to make the university that much money, they should be able to take some of that. And now they can, and I think that's great. They're talented.
I don't think it would have turned out different for Johnny. I just didn't think he liked football anymore. Because he got to that echelon. He got to that first round pick. You're supposed to get paid as a first round pick, and he got the money, and he just he didn't do anything with it. He didn't care.
I think it was.
I don't know
the
if
biggest,
more money would have changed that.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing, this is my takeaway, is the fact that he had to do it on the side where, it's kind of unregulated. It was at parties. It was this, that, where he would have had NIL contracts that he had to be a part of. It would have been just done differently. He wouldn't have had his best friend as an agent. He would have had an actual agent.
Yeah.
That could kind of keep him on the straight and narrow through college. Like, hey, you can't go do this because it's going to mess this up. Whereas, hey, I can go fly down to, fly out to LA and go get hammered at a baseball game, a Padres game. And, because it doesn't matter. They don't know about it. Just a different, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's different scenarios with it. I don't know. I could be wrong, but I think his hatred for football would have been a little less, because from what it seems like too, it's the way the NCAA did it was why he hated football.
Yeah, no, I understand what you're saying. Yeah, it's just, I don't know. I feel like he was too far of a lost cause there. So
I think there's just too much bad blood there with you.
Oh no, definitely
another 1-1 on a quarterback that didn't pan out.
Yeah, he was a huge disappointment. He's probably the quarterback I have the most disappointment with, because I think he could have been really good, but he just didn't apply himself. And then he made that documentary where it showed he didn't apply himself, and then at the same time it's like, well, whatever, like, cut your losses, move on. So but that is it for this show. We do appreciate you guys listening and watching, and tell us who your dudes you like, your dynasty flyers, and your sleeper redraft picks are. We're very interested to know. So again, thanks for listening, thanks for watching. Ben, thank you so much for being here, buddy. We
thanks for coming on, Ben.
Hey,
so
avid listener myself, love what you guys are doing, and much you're proud of me for the donut shop. I love any one of my friends doing a passion project, getting their thing going, man. I'm all here for it. I'm always liking, subscribing, doing it on all the different platforms, and trying to help out any way I can, man. Love what you guys are doing.
Yep, your comments always make me laugh. I usually get them in like the middle of a work call when they pop up on my phone. I'm like, there's Vin again. Good old Vin. So,
my dude.
Yeah, I'm going to come down there soon, get some donuts from you. So can't wait to do that.
Yeah, same. I need to get on down there.
Yeah.
And get some more of those delicious donuts.
Yeah,
Let me know. I'm always in there, so happy to show you the back Zoltowski, give you a little tour of the place. We're not that big, but show you around a little bit.
That'd be pretty cool, man.
All right, but guys, thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. We'll see you guys next time. Always CGG. Thanks for being a gent. See you.
Bye.